Welcome everybody to the first Dialogic Learning online course. We're really excited to have you with us. I'm here with my fellow collaborator Chris Hart from Unstuck Learning Design, and we're going to be taking you through this inaugural course on the Solo taxonomy. We're really excited to help you learn about this fantastic framework for learning. But before we get into any of the content, let's just take some time to make an acknowledgement of country, and Chris is going to help us with that.
Thanks, Tom, and hello, everyone. As Tom says, really excited to be here with you. But just to start our course in a really wonderful way, we would like to make an acknowledgement of country. And Tom and I are on slightly different lands of the Bunurong people and the Wurundjeri people of the Eastern Kulin Nations. And we would like to just spend a moment to pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. And also to spend a moment just reflecting and thanking and acknowledging you for being here with us on this learning journey all around the Solo taxonomy.
Great. So thank you, Chris, for opening our first ever online course. And we just want to spend a little bit of time just getting to know you a little bit and maybe sharing some things about us. It's going to be a great kind of journey through this really fascinating learning framework. And this is something that we've been working with teachers on for many years now. I'm a former primary school teacher from England, and I taught there for 10 years. And across the last 10 years, I've been involved in a whole range of different education projects. And in the last 5 years, I've been running my own business, supporting teachers, supporting schools in their development, all across Australia. And Chris, you've been doing some similar work, haven't you? You have a kind of a similar pathway to me.
Oh, very much so. My background's more in secondary education, secondary languages specifically, but a bit of technology thrown in there as well for good measure. And indeed, my path came from the UK as well, and spent 5 years here as a leading teacher at John Monash Science School. And now I'm really privileged to work with lots and lots of different schools and organizations around learning design. But one of the things we both have in common, Tom, is our love of the Solo taxonomy as a language of learning and to support learning growth. And I think I started using Solo probably about 2004, 2005, quite a while ago now. And it really was transformative for my own practice and really helped me to understand, how can we scaffold and structure learning growth for young people so that they can have understanding and agency around their own learning growth and development.
That's great. I mean, this is a real labor of love for us to kind of bring this online course together. It's a culmination of years and years and years of work, and very much a practice-oriented course for you. But we're really excited to welcome you to the course, to bring you into this learning experience with us. We're really looking forward to supporting you as you begin your journey in capturing learning growth with the Solo taxonomy.
Let's get going.
Right, so the first thing that we've got to do is just establish what do we actually mean by learning growth. You can see it there in the title of the course. And I know that you'll be here for lots of different reasons, but it's really important before we get stuck into talking about the Solo taxonomy, let's just be really clear about what we mean during this course about learning growth. So Chris, maybe we could just sort of start there.
So we've got this beautiful diagram, which is almost as if someone had taken a scan inside of someone's head when they were learning, because we kind of think that's what it looks like. We know, and we're going to explore through the Solo taxonomy, a wonderful language to help us talk about learning growth. But really, when we're talking about it, we're thinking where, as educators, we want to be able to see, we want to be able to capture, but we also want to empower our learners to understand their learning growth in terms of new knowledge and understanding that they're collecting on their learning journey, new skills that they're developing, maybe even new mindsets and new tool sets that they're picking up as they go through this learning journey. And as educators, we're designing experiences which are very, very focused often within school to help students in their learning growth. But what we're looking at is really that development up to a conceptual level of knowledge and understanding, skills, mindsets, and tool sets.
And so these things can happen at different speeds, can't they, for different students?
Absolutely. And the thing, I think teaching would be so easy if every student was the same, every learner was the same. But indeed, as we know, some students will jump ahead in their understanding. Some students will come to a class with already a depth of understanding which you didn't even know they had as they come into it. Some will progress more quickly within a certain area, like a certain scale, and some will progress much more quickly in other areas. And so that whole piece is what makes education difficult, but also the most challenging and exciting piece of learning, is to see that individual learning growth. So we're really focusing in on how can we capture with 30 students the individual learning growth through a sequence of learning.